You're right on time for Hope TV News Watch on the 7th day of September 2022. My name is Kennedy Kimani, and at the bottom right of your screen is our sign language interpreter Boniface Murithi. You can engage us on our various social media platforms at HopeTV_KE and at Kennedy Kimani_ on Twitter. Now, the National Assembly and Senate Speakers and Deputy Speakers hopefuls are now counting hours until they go head-to-head for the battle of numbers that will see them occupy the coveted positions. The Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition has picked Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka for Senate Speaker seat and Kenneth Marende for National Assembly Speaker position respectively, while the Kenya Kwanza team have fronted Moses Wetangula for the National Assembly and former Kilifi Governor Amason Kingi for the Senate Speaker positions. Grace Wangoi begins our bulletin with the following story.
Given how hotly contested the August 9th general election was, it comes as no surprise that the quest for the positions of Speaker and Deputy Speaker in the National Assembly and Senate is equally competitive. The President-elect William Ruto-led Kenya Kwanza team is eyeing to grab both houses and have rallied their weight behind Moses Wetangula for the National Assembly and former Kilifi Governor Amason Kingi for the Senate Speaker positions. In a meeting at Ruto's current residence, it was agreed that Wetangula will be deputized by Uasin Gishu Women Representative-elect Gladys Sholei and Kingi deputized by Meru Senator-elect Kathuri Murungi. The Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition, which held its parliamentary group meeting at Masai Lodge in Nairobi on Wednesday, has fronted Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka for Senate Speaker seat and Kenneth Marende for National Assembly Speaker position. Going against Gladys Sholei in the National Assembly is Wiper Deputy Party Leader Farah Maalim, with Kilifi Senator Stewart Madzayo set to deputize Kalonzo Musyoka. For one to be elected Speaker, one must garner 2/3 or 233 of the 349 members of the National Assembly votes and 45 of the 67 senators to be elected Speaker. If none achieves the threshold, the one who receives a simple majority in the second round wins. In the National Assembly, Raila Odinga's Azimio commands a majority with 167 members against 159 members of the President-elect William Ruto-led Kenya Kwanza coalition. In the Senate, Kenya Kwanza has a majority with 24 senators, while Azimio has 22. Although the battle may be determined by the strength of the coalitions in Parliament, election is by secret ballot and some members may not vote in line with their party. Grace Wangoi for Hope TV News Watch.
Now, President-elect William Ruto has confirmed that he has had a conversation with President Uhuru Kenyatta on phone about the just concluded elections and transition as per tradition. In his tweet on Wednesday morning, Ruto tweeted, and I quote, "I had a telephone conversation with my boss, President Uhuru Kenyatta. We discussed the just concluded general election and the transition as envisaged by our democratic tradition and practice," end of quote. While giving his address on Monday after the Supreme Court verdict, President Uhuru Kenyatta said that he respects the Supreme Court's decision, even though he does not agree with it. Ruto and his deputy Rigathi Gachagua will be sworn in on Tuesday next week.
The process of handing over is in progress through the Assumption of Office Committee, which actually has already begun its work as of August 10th, 2022. And indeed, it is my intention to oversee a smooth transition to the next administration, and all the necessary orders to facilitate this process have already been issued.
Moving on, and the preparations of the swearing-in ceremony of President-elect William Ruto and his deputy Rigathi Gachagua are at top gear at the Moi International Sports Center, Kasarani. The exercise was delayed due to the Supreme Court case that challenged Ruto's win. The Assumption of Office Committee has divided itself in various groups so as to ensure it beats the deadline. Representatives of President-elect William Ruto in the Assumption of Office of the President include Ruto's Chief of Staff Davis Chirchir, Justin Muturi, Uasin Gishu Women Rep Gladys Sholei, and UDA Secretary General Veronica Maina. The Nubian community residing in Kibra are now pleading with the President-elect William Ruto to nominate a number of their community members to various elective and appointive positions in government. The Nubian community, which was recognized as a Kenyan tribe on the 2nd of June 2017, are also requesting Ruto's government to provide funding and technical assistance for the Kibra Nubian Community Land Trust Development Fund.
Mnubi, mtu mkubwa wa Mnubi ambaye yuko juu ni Bwana Marjan ambaye ni CEO wa IBC. Kila kukicha serikali yote haimuoni Mnubi. Mnubi anahangaika, Mnubi anadhalilishwa, Mnubi hapati vitambulisho, Mnubi hapati kazi. Hata katika porthole ya serikali, public service porthole, hakuna jina kama Mnubi. So langu nataka kuambia Bwana Ruto, tumemkampeinia, tumeshikana naye, leo amechukua kiti kwa sababu ya Mwenyezi Mungu. Na hakika Ruto hata watupa hawa jamii ya Wanubi. Ruto mwenyewe alisema katika kampeni yake atahakikisha hakuna mtu analia kitambulisho. Tunampa muda awache yale mambo ya siku 100. Tunampa mwaka mzima. Tunataka Wanubi wasahau hiyo shida ya vitambulisho. Watoto wetu hawapati shule, watoto wetu hawapati bazari kwa sababu ya vitambulisho. Wanubi wako Kenya mzima. Shida tunayolia leo ndio shida ambayo Wanubi wa Kisii wanalia, Wanubi wa Eldama Ravine wanalia, Wanubi wa Mumias wanalia. Kazi zikichukuliwa, kazi zote ni kujuana. Leo ni nani yuko State House na kina nani ma PS na ma CS wanavuta watu wao, Mnubi havutwi. Kwa hivyo Rais Ruto, kama kweli Mwenyezi Mungu na amefanya umefika huko, usitupe hao jamii.
The Kenya Kwanza government should realize that as a minority community, we don't have representation within the county assemblies and within the national assemblies. Therefore, that is why we are asking and we are praying that the Kenya Kwanza government will actually enable the Nubian community to participate in the development of this country through the appointment and elective positions identified within the communities and the government.
Now, Kapsaret MP-elect Oscar Sudi has failed to appear in court for the trial of a case in which he is accused of forging his academic certificates through his lawyers Thomas Ruto, Collins Kiprono and Jojo Jakoya. Sudi told trial magistrate Felix Kombo that he was unable to appear in court as he is currently involved in the Assumption of Office committee that is preparing the swearing-in of President-elect William Ruto on Tuesday next week. The lawyers, however, succeeded in convincing the court to have the case proceed in his absence. This is the time the MP who has been charged with forging education certificates is keeping a court session. In the case, the MP is facing 3 counts of forging his academic certificates. Sudi is charged with presenting forged education certificates at the IBC offices when he sought nomination for the 2013 election. The prosecution said his diploma certificate in business management, allegedly issued by the Kenya Institute of Management, was forged. Sudi is also accused of forging his KCSE certificate. And that story takes us to a first commercial break. We will be back in a short while with more stories. See you on the other side.
Are you a talented youth between the ages of 18 and 24 years? The RAV. Can you sing? Can you dance? Where Hutiafua Mike or any other performances? The RAV. Auditions will take place beginning in Kisumu on the 8th of September, followed by Mombasa, Nakuru, Eldoret, and Nairobi on dates to be communicated. The RAV is a chance to showcase your talent in music, dance, poetry, acrobatics, and more, and stand a chance to win 300,000 shillings, a recording deal at Hope Recording Studios, and many more prizes. To register, send an SMS starting with #The RAV with your name, county, and talent to 22232. That is 22232 to get an invite to auditions happening near you. For more information, please call 0709 861 223. That is 0709-861-223. Or log on to www.hopemediakenya.org for details. The RAF, identifying talent, inspiring passion. Powered by Hope FM and Hope TV.
Expect the unexpected on the Stars Show.
It's forever enough, always enough.
Anything goes from singing, dance to gymnastics to mind-blowing art. All you need is a skill and a style quality.
I'm 5 levels in the masqueta.
Make sure it is very straight and clean.
Just remember to join us every Saturday with me, your host, Tamika Arnett.
Welcome back. Now, Education CS Professor George Magoha has assured Kenyans that the money spent on the construction of CBC classrooms has been well spent. Speaking at Ushirika High School in Dandora, Nairobi County, Magoha also reiterated that the national examinations will be held as scheduled. In addition, Magoha congratulated school principals for their development of infrastructure in their schools using funds provided by the government. Magoha has asked the incoming government to prioritize education and improve the interest of children.
The take home from this whole exercise is that the classrooms are going to be there, whether the incoming administration decides to tweak the competency-based curriculum or not. This is money that is well spent. Each classroom is at 78,000 shillings. That is the message that I want the nation to know, and the public to hold the next leaders responsible to ensure that we get value for money for our children. I also want to thank school leaders across the nation. But over the last 3 years I've been going around, I have now seen massive infrastructure development and improvements coming from the capitation funds. Mine is to urge them to continue to do so and to serve the incoming president in the same manner that they have served the outcoming one. In terms of our preparedness for exams, I think everything is calm, like I told you. I strongly believe that the exams will be done as scheduled. If there are issues that require to be adjusted, mine is basically to ask the incoming administration to ensure that the children come first.
Moving on, the embattled Masai Mara Vice Chancellor Professor Mary Walingo has been reinstated by the Public Service Commission. PSC CEO Simon Rotich has directed that Walingo be reinstated to her position pending a hearing of the case until her contract is terminated in compliance with the law. Rotich further directed that Walingo be paid half of her salary and allowances from the date of her suspension. Walingo was sent on leave in 2019 when she was implicated in an alleged 177 million shillings corruption scandal. Walingo was charged alongside 4 other officials from the university for withdrawing money irregularly in crimes dating back to 2016, where she was at the same time ordered to step aside as investigations began. Now, Embu County has received medical supplies worth 19 million shillings from the Kenya Medical Supplies Authority, KEMSA, for Embu Level 5 Hospital in a move geared towards reviving the ailing health system. More supplies of pharmaceutical and non-pharmaceutical products are expected in the days to come for the Level 4 hospitals all the way down to dispensaries, according to Governor Cecily Mbarire. While receiving the consignment at the facility on Tuesday, Governor Mbarire warned that pilferage of the drugs that was a common practice in the past regimes will not be tolerated. Mbarire further warned that private chemists found selling government-branded drugs will be closed down and operators prosecuted.
The former government, they were so much into development. What makes you happy? You have very beautiful buildings and you have no medical care. People are dying. There's no medicine even because as a result of very basic drugs which are affordable. So our dispensation is totally different. And when we're moving around, we assure the medics that we are going to support you and you support us.
We want to make this not just a one-off thing, but the normal and natural thing that must continue going on into the future. We do not need to have such functions to receive medicine or non-pharmaceutical products, or even to receive all other supplies needed in this hospital. We just need to see them coming, and we need to see people leaving the gates of this hospital healed and healthy to go and lead a productive life. I want to give notice to those members of staff who've been assisting and aiding in stealing medical supplies from level 5 hospital to chemists and pharmacies and other private hospitals in Embu County. You will not entertain any form of theft, however small, and nobody is safe. If you choose to go that route, be ready to face the consequences.
Now, when a rare disease strikes a family, a lot is at stake, including financial stability as well as emotional balance. One family in Nakuru County has been living a life full of pain and fear, with numerous hospital visits bearing no fruit. The family of Marion Mashiku is pleading with the well-wishers to help them raise millions of shillings for their last-born daughter's surgery, since she is suffering from a rare condition called scoliosis. Our reporter Dolly Candy Movie with more on the story.
For the family of Marion Nashiku Mwangi, an employee of the Nakuru County Government, theirs has been a life of pain, fear, prayers and unending visits to hospitals. 11 years ago, Nashiku, who is based at the county offices in Naivasha, lost a second-born daughter, St. Clair Wangoi, to a rare disease called scoliosis. And as fate would have it, her second-born daughter, St. Clara Waithera, has been diagnosed with the same rare deformity and requires an urgent operation to correct it. Scoliosis is a condition where the spine twists and curves to the side, and it can affect people of any age, from babies to adults, but most often start in children. The cause is unknown, and it inhibits growth and can be treated through collective surgery, targeting the twisted section of the spine. According to Nashiku, the condition had affected the family emotionally and financially as they sought treatment for the condition.
This condition has severely affected mobility of my daughter, St. Clara Waithera. She joined Form 1 and could only attend school for only 1 month, because when she moves around the school and also sitting for the hours, the minutes they sit in class, she cannot withhold sitting for the 40 minutes because she gets pressure on the back, and she feels pain, and it forces her to stand, even in the middle of the lessons.
The mother of 3 said that she was yet to come to terms with the death of her second-born daughter, adding that the same condition on her third-born had left the family on its knees.
We have found a doctor in New Delhi who has been doing such corrective surgeries on other patients, and he said he would be able to handle my daughter, and at a cost of 8 million.
Nashiku said they were in the darkness over the cause of the condition on the 2 of her daughters, adding that no other person in the family had suffered from such a condition. On her part, Waithera was optimistic that all would go well, adding that learning alone in the house had adversely affected her life.
This condition, it's quite emotionally affecting me, because I would like to be like other people, to study like other people, to engage with other people, but I'm here at home studying online. I'm thankful to God because I can't complain to God, because God created us in His own image, and He knew me even when I came to this earth.
Their older brother, John Kimani, said that the condition had drained the family resources as they sought for treatment in various hospitals.
Emotionally, watching her go through life and really want to do things like a normal person, but not have that chance, is very strenuous. It takes a toll on somebody, and would really love to see her come out of this victorious.
According to documents from Kenyatta National Hospital, the teenager has severe congenital hyperscoliosis that required collective surgery.
I would kindly appeal to anybody who will listen to this story and get touched to be with us in prayers. Financially, we also need your support because raising 8 million is not an easy task, but we know when one or two come together and we unite, it's going to be an easy task.
My mom started looking for doctors, and we found one in India, New Delhi, and they're asking for 8 million, but I know with God everything is possible, and I know that people will be touched by this story, and that I will be treated and go back to school and become a cardiologist one day, one time, because that's my career.
Dolly Kendi Mbuvi, Hope TV.
Thank you so much, Dolly, for that report. We hope and pray that she gets the necessary help. Now, crossing borders, the United Nations have confirmed that hundreds of children have already died in nutrition centers across Somalia, a day after it warned that parts of Somalia will be hit by famine in the coming months. Speaking during a Geneva press briefing on Tuesday, UNICEF Somalia representative Wafa Said said that 730 children have been reported to have died in food and nutrition centers across the country between January and July this year. But the numbers could be more as many deaths go unreported. The Horn of Africa region is on track for a fifth consecutive failed rainy season. In 2011, a famine in Somalia claimed more than 250,000 lives, most of them children.
This is less than 1% of the children who were admitted and cured and discharged. But we also fear that this number could be more as many deaths of children go unreported. We have 1.5 million children. This is nearly half of the children under 5 are likely to have acute malnutrition, and of them, 385,000 will need treatment for severe acute malnutrition.
Moving on, and Liz Truss has taken over as Britain's Prime Minister, vowing immediate action to tackle one of the most daunting set of challenges for an incoming leader. Speaking at 10 Downing Street on Tuesday, after meeting Queen Elizabeth, who asked her to form a new government, Truss has promised to ride out the storm of economic crisis, pledging immediate action to tackle a set of challenges led by soaring energy bills, looming recession, and industrial strife. Truss, who is the fourth Conservative Prime Minister in 6 years and successor to Boris Johnson, who was forced out over multiple scandals, acknowledged the several global headwinds from Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the COVID-19 pandemic.
I'm honoured to take on this responsibility at a vital time for our country. What makes the United Kingdom great is our fundamental belief in freedom, in enterprise, and in fair play. Our people have shown grit, courage, and determination time and time again. We now face severe global headwinds caused by Russia's appalling war in Ukraine and the aftermath of COVID. Now is the time to tackle the issues that are holding Britain back. We need to build roads, homes, and broadband faster. We need more investment and great jobs in every town and city across our country. We need to reduce the burden on families and help people get on in life. I know that we have what it takes to tackle those challenges. Of course, it won't be easy, but we can do it. We will transform Britain into an aspiration nation with high-paying jobs, safe streets, and where everyone, everywhere, has the opportunities they deserve. I will take action this day and action every day to make it happen.
And with that, it's now time for another quick breather here on Hope TV Newswatch. After the break, I will inform you on everything you need to know in the world of business and sports. Stick around.
Coming up this September, CITAM Springboard Convention 2022 with fresh anointing to radiate God's glory as we reach out to the lost. Mark and save these dates from the 20th to the 24th September 2022 at CITAM Valley Road. The convention is themed Till the Whole World Hears, and will definitely revive and uplift your faith. The Bible tells us in Matthew chapter 24, verse 14, and this gospel of the kingdom will be preached to the whole world as a testimony to all nations, and then the end will come. Get ready for the Springboard Convention 2022. You don't want to miss it.
Only God can turn a mess into a message.
I have a boy on a wheelchair.
Yeah.
I'm still preaching on the pulpit.
Amen.
Niliona mguu ya nyuma inakuja tu kunikanyaga, imenilenga tu kwa tumbo, nikaitana tu Jesus.
I got tired of working with the x-ray papers, and one day I just woke up and decided to burn them.
A test into a testimony.
The whole community didn't want to hear that anybody is born again. Excommunicated straight.
Bila Yesu hakuna njia.
Join Sharon Naitore Wangenye on Testify.
Katika hiyo harakati hiyo spirit ikakemewa, mimi nimeona Yesu Kristo namna hii kwa msalaba. Opa, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Every Thursday at 8 p.m. for a moment to grow your faith some more.
Welcome back. Now let's get down to business. Mombasa Governor-elect Abdulswamad Nasir has pledged to create a business environment conducive for investment by collapsing business licenses to one document. Speaking during a business community networking dinner with members of the Mombasa business community organized by the Kenya National Chambers of Commerce and Industry, the governor-elect said his administration will have policies geared towards creating an enabling business environment to enhance investments and industrialization, adding that there is a need to reduce the cost of doing business in the county in a bid to boost local and foreign investments.
In our manifesto, we talked about conference tourism. I have some good news. I'm already going through 2 files as we are speaking. And I'm hoping that immediately after being sworn in, I shall be doing a groundbreaking for institutions that want to put up conference facilities in Mombasa. That shall be an advantage and an added amount of tourism in Mombasa. We need to battle it out together. We cannot have an airport that has been built into figures of about 7+ billion shillings and to be able to do nothing else except do domestic flights. I have a feeling with the right presidency, things are going to be extremely smooth. But even so, with any presidency, as long as there's that element of common desire for growth, any single person should be able to accept the fact that we need open sky policies in Mombasa. We need to start the discussion of having a stake in the port of Mombasa. That is the discussion that we need to have. Just like any other port city in the world, that is the discussion that we need to start engaging with. I know there were...
Moving on, the Nairobi Securities Exchange has gained investor wealth up by 43 billion shillings after the Supreme Court upheld President-elect William Ruto's victory on Monday. Total market capitalization hit 2.193 trillion as equity turnover improved by 70% to 448.1 million shillings. Market activity leaped 70% to 492 million shillings on increased local trading as uncertainty in the markets eased after a long electioneering period. Local investor participation rose to 64.7% from 60.6% in the prior session. The market reaction is the polar opposite to the 2017 nullification of the presidential elections result, which saw trading halted at the NSC following sharp investor sell-offs. And KCB Bank Kenya and International Finance Corporation have signed a partnership that will help catalyze the growth of climate finance in Kenya by increasing support for businesses addressing climate change. IFC will extend a $150 million loan to KCB Bank Kenya to fund the growth of the bank's climate finance portfolio with a specific focus on financing the development of energy efficiency projects, renewable energy, climate-smart climate-smart projects and green buildings. Through the partnership, IFC will support the bank to develop a climate finance strategy and build its capacity for climate risk assessment. And to some sports in action, reigning Football Kenya Federation Premier League champions Tusker FC has strengthened its squad with 7 additional signings ahead of the 2022-2023 FKF Premier League season. The club has secured the services of defenders Boniface Onyango and Thomas Teka from Kariobangi Sharks as it seeks to strengthen its backline. In the midfield, the club has signed Eric Mata, also from Kariobangi Sharks, and 18-year-old Green Commandos Sports Club budding midfielder David Odoyo. Tusker FC has also bolstered its attack with the arrival of Eric Otieno from Wazito FC. In addition, the club has reached an agreement with Bidco United FC for the transfer of goalkeeper Brian Opondo, who has joined the club for a period of 2 years. Tusker FC will be heading to Mombasa this coming week as it kicks off its pre-season training ahead of the new season. Matano's Charges will begin their title defense campaign against Posta Rangers on the 24th of September at Ruaraka grounds.
We have brought some new players, a few of them from Sharks and Bidco, and one from Kakamega Green Commandos. And also have promoted one from youth. We are trying to strengthen where we saw that we need somebody who can come and make cover, because already we have the same team. As you know, we lost some players, and the others' contract ended. So we wanted to enforce even to beef up again. You know, we lost Orchum. And also, we lost Eugene Asike. So I brought in 2 defenders from Kariobangi Sharks, Tom Teka and Boniface Onyango.
So today we're here to unveil the new players who've joined the Tusker FC team. As you know, Tusker FC team is one of the best teams in the country. We've won the FKF title back-to-back for the last 2 years. So we're always keen on improving the team, and with the addition of these new players, we believe they'll bolster the team's performance and will maintain our top position. Our commitment to sports will continue, we'll increase our commitment towards sports because football will continue being an important growth driver for us as a brand, and we look to extending our support not just in football but towards all other sports.
Moving on swiftly, the UEFA Champions League kicked off on Tuesday night with Erling Haaland scoring twice as Manchester City opened their Champions League campaign, with rushing a dismal Sevilla side 4-0. In another fixture, Celtic outclassed by Real Madrid despite a lively and encouraging start in Glasgow. 5 years after they last featured at Europe's top table, Celtic gave Real a fright in a frantic first half by creating a series of chances, including a shot off a post from Callum McGregor. However, the match ended 3-0 in favor of Real Madrid. Kylian Mbappe scored twice as Paris Saint-Germain began their Champions League campaign with a 2-1 victory over Juventus. Two-time winners Chelsea began their Champions League campaign with a shock defeat as Dynamo Zagreb beat them 1-0. Some of the fixtures slated for tonight include Liverpool versus Napoli, Inter Milan versus Bayern Munich, and Atletico Madrid versus Porto. And to some sad news to all Chelsea fans, and Chelsea have parted ways with their manager Thomas Tuchel after their third defeat of the new season. The former Borussia Dortmund and Paris Saint-Germain boss exits after winning 3 trophies in 20 months. Chelsea owner Todd Boehly has placed Tuchel's coaching staff in temporary charge until a replacement is found. A club statement said the owners believed it was the right time to bring in a new head coach. Chelsea are 6th in the Premier League after 3 wins, 1 draw and 2 defeats. And with that, we come to the tail end of our news tonight. Many thanks to you for watching Hope TV Newswatch. On behalf of the whole team that made this bulletin a success, have yourselves a good night. My name is Kennedy Kimani, and Boniface Murithi has been the sign language interpreter.